Hey people! So yeah, yesterday's video I was walking down the street coming back from work, and there was so many people on the street. There was this tourist bus that just emptied, and yeah, and I sounded like out of breath, so I decided to not walk in today's video. Hopefully I'll get better at it and won't sound so disgustingly out of breath next time. Alright, so today's story: the man who shat himself. This thing happened to me last week on Thursday. I was out on St. Catherine Street, and I was on my way to the restaurant to buy some Chinese food for dinner. And I see this guy who's lying on the sidewalk. And I think to myself, wow, what's this guy problem? Probably he's super drunk, because there was this big bottle of beer just next to his face. So I walk up to him and ask, hey man, you think you're okay there? And he mumbles, and so I figured that he's just gonna, keep on drinking and maybe move on at some time. And I go to the convenience store and get something to drink, and when I walk outside I see that he's still there. So I walk up to him again and I say, hey man, you're still there? What's wrong with you? And he tells me that he's super drunk. So yeah, obviously. And yeah, so I told him, well, man, you just shat your pants. There's about 100 flies on you right now, and you look like shit. So maybe if you would like to get up and get on with your life, it's probably the best thing you can do right now. And he couldn't get up. And frankly, I didn't feel like using my CPR skills on this guy. He shot himself, and the odor coming from him was so offensive. There was no way I was going to give this ugly, old, disgusting guy mouth to mouth. Ew. So I told him, well, if you can't get up, I'm gonna call an ambulance to come pick you up. And he argued with me, but at some point there was nothing that he could really do to defend himself against me, so I just called an ambulance and had him carried away. But the reason why I'm telling you this today is because this morning when I was waiting for the bus, and I saw that guy on the street, and I'm not sure if he did recognize me because he was pretty drunk when we met last week, and he went to the hospital afterwards, but I recognized him. And I didn't really feel like I wanted to go talk to him that much. I mean, am I weird? I mean, when he was down on the street, I mean, the street is closed for cars. There's only tons and tons of people walking there, and probably 300 people ignored him until I came to his rescue, if you could say so. And that really bothers me. If it was me or someone that I know of that was in this situation and no one helped them, I'd be pissed. Maybe this guy doesn't have a family by now, or obviously he has problems because he's in the situation that he's in, but what's the matter with people? Why would you leave a man who's apparently unconscious lying on the fucking sidewalk? Yeah, that really bothers me, and I want to know what's your opinion about that. Do you think that it would be too dangerous to approach someone like that and you would just not bother? Would you just call 911, or would you just like walk by and let it be and forget about it? So leave me a comment below and tell me what you think about that story. And should I have gone and talked to him and, hey man, are you doing? Are you feeling better? Are you getting that help we talked about the other day? Probably he doesn't even remember. So yeah, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about that story, and would you have acted the same or differently as I had, and why? Alright, so that's it for today, and take care of yourselves and have a good day. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye!